Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today we're going to be I think, finishing up for the most part, kind of a mini series I've been doing on preview features in Power BI, which I think have gotten completely out of control. And so I was interested, do people use these things in production, these preview features? And then I found out that a disturbingly high number of people do, apparently. So I was trying to get to the bottom of it. And this was kind of one of the last of like 3 polls that I've done on this. And so I was asking, okay, why is it okay to use Power BI preview features in production, right? And just just so you know, number one, this first one was supposed to be like the funny. Okay, this was supposed to be like the one that everybody's like, aha, that's funny, Greg, and nobody picks it, right? I mean, because God forbid, God only knows that, there's never been a important or critical business decision made off of a report. So yeah, that's sarcasm, by the way, just be clear on that. Critical business decisions are made every day based upon reports. So having a report that's using beta code that could have wrong information in it, it's the craziest thing I ever heard. Yeah, so because why not? Why just listed one reason why not, right? Because it's beta. Okay, forget the word preview. I hate that Microsoft has somehow like found a way to like make it okay to use beta code in production, right? I despise that. Because we'll just change it to preview. It's beta code. In some cases, it's alpha code. Okay, in my opinion, it's beta code, people. Right? You're not supposed to be using it in production. Okay, there's no support for it. Right? It could go away tomorrow. It could break tomorrow. I mean, Power BI does have monthly updates, right? Right? It's there's a reason why it's not in production or GA, right? There's some reason behind it. It's not just like, oh, well, we forgot to click that button to change it from preview to GA. No, there's a reason why it's still in preview and not GA. It's probably because it's not been fully regression tested, right? May not be part of production regression testing, right? It could break in next month's release, right? There's some reason behind it, right? So all of a sudden you have a report that you have a custom format string on that shows, hey, you need to buy $200,000 worth of this product next, that's what you need to do. And then the next month comes along and it refreshes and now it says 2 million, right? Because of some bug in a custom format string, right? So you can't predict these things. But it's beta code. And if it breaks, Microsoft's not going to support you. They're going to be like, it's beta code. It's beta code. You're not supposed to be using it anyway, right? Preview features are playthings, okay? They simply exist to provide content for MVPs to hype the product up. That's all they are. Nothing more than that. They are marketing, okay? It's vaporware, okay? Just like any other kind of vaporware. It doesn't really exist until it's actually in production, okay? And I'll give you another reason why you shouldn't be using them, right? Because they could go away tomorrow, all right? Microsoft dumps actual real GA products all the time, right? One in particular that I remember was Azure Remote App. Why do I remember Azure Remote App? Because we had just completed a $50,000 proof of concept for a customer when, I mean, literally 2 days later, Microsoft just dumps it. Try explaining that to a customer, right? That they just paid for a proof of concept of something that no longer exists. Lovely. Okay. Microsoft just discontinued Microsoft Publisher, right? Just got rid of it. Now the fun one, you're like, well, those are old, those are blah. I'll tell you one that just happened in the last 5 months. Okay. And the reason I know about it is because every one of my Dynamics customers for finance and supply chain was using this feature. Okay. And that is export to data lake, Azure Data Lake, right? This has now been replaced by Synapse Link, which strikes me as weird because I'm just anticipating that 6 months from now, Synapse Link they'll switch it to be, oh no, you don't use Synapse Link, you need to use Fabric Link now. Whatever. So so they just dumped this thing, back in October. And we had just implemented this for a customer like the week before, right? And as I said, every one of our Dynamics customers uses this thing. And now it's gone, and now we have to migrate them all to November 1st, by November 1st of this year, right? How much time do you think Microsoft gave us before letting us know that this was going to happen? Any guesses out there? Well, luckily, because of GitHub, and I can go back to the history, here it is. Here's where they added it, right? Look at the commit date. 5 whole days. They gave us 5 whole days before they're like, nope, it's gone, right? So Microsoft does this all of the time. If they are willing to just dump an actual GA product or feature at the drop of a hat with 5 days notice, do you think they're going to give a second thought about dumping a preview feature in a product that never really existed anyway? Right? They're not going to give it a second thought, and you're not going to get any notice. They're just going to dump it, and then your stuff's not going to work, right? That's why you don't want to use preview features, okay? Quite simple. So, there's I'll get back, and I'll probably post a link to this video in response to this, but, okay, he's like, shape map, how many criticals? Okay, let's take a look at this. I got another thing here for you guys. This was the list I put together. So shape map actually is still in the product. It's been in preview for 5 years, but then again, so is Spanish language Q&A, right? And Q&A live. So here's the question, like, when is a preview feature considered abandoned? Is it after it's been in preview for a year? Is it 2 years, 3 years, or more, right? Because there's quite a few features that have been in preview for over a year. Lots of them, in fact, about half have been in preview for that long or longer, right? Is there any reason to avoid field parameters or damage? Yeah, there are, because they may not work tomorrow, right? Or they may go away, right? Or they may have a bug in them, right? So that's why you shouldn't be doing any of this. It answers all of these questions, right? Not be doing it. Now, I'm going to go back to this, right? This is, to me, having this long of a list of preview features and preview features that have been preview for years, right? It's the sign of it. All I can say is it's a sign of a dysfunctional product team, right? This product team is apparently incapable of actually getting features out to GA. Like, I think in my last video, I asked viewers to, like, hey, name one that's been in the last year, and there was like 1 or 2 that people were like, oh yeah. So they've been able to deliver like 1 or 2 features in the last year to GA. That's abysmal, right? To me, it's a sign of a complete and utter failure of leadership. It's like their leadership is acting like those dogs from Up, right? Squirrel, squirrel, right? And you can almost see it, when you go through these preview features, right? Oh, Q&A, squirrel, we have this new metric stuff that we did in Power BI, squirrel, and then, on object interaction, oh, squirrel, they're making improvements to the interface, right? And then they get that, oh, Copilot, squirrel, I mean, you can just see it if you go through the list and kind of group these up. That we need some stuff for for source control, squirrel. I mean, it's so sad to see it. I may be wrong in this, but like when Charles Sterling was in charge of this product group, it didn't act like this. It didn't. He didn't have these, millions of preview features, in preview features that were in there for like years and years and years, right? And there was good leadership back then. And this is just a sign to me of just poor, bad leadership, right? So look, I'm not your dad, but you're a fool if you use beta code in production. Simple as that. That's all I had from this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.